Gino King Boxing back in the building, back with some more boxing news. Man, what a fight last night. Great fight last night. David Benavidez winning a unanimous decision over David Morrell last night. Fight was so exciting. Definitely fight of the year. Man, great fight. A lot of offense. And man, what can you say? My hat's off to both of them guys last night for putting on a hell of a show. I mean, it was back and forth like all night. Back and forth. I think at the beginning, first half of the fight, I think the back and forth was even. First half of the fight, the back and forth was even. Morrell was coming right back with his own offense. Then David Benavidez would come right back with his own offense. I mean, it was going tit for tat. And both of them showing why they're great fighters. And my hat's off to David Morrell, man. David Morrell is a tough guy and definitely one of those guys to look out for here in the future. Definitely one of the guys, to look out for. I think Benavidez started to pull away in the second half of the fight. He was having more flurries than David Morrell in the second half. Even though Morrell was still a live dog, he was definitely still a live dog, but you could tell he had got a little tired. He could tell. That's what I was seeing in the first half of the fight when Morrell was. I thought the first 3 to 4 rounds, Morrell probably edged David Benavidez out. Benavidez probably got maybe 1 or 2 of those first 4 rounds. But I think Morrell may have edged Benavidez because he was coming right back and he had a lot of energy at that point. And I had said around that time, around the 4th or 5th round, can Morrell keep this up though? See, that's the thing. You can start off great, but can you keep it up for a full 12 rounds? And he tried his best to, but David Benavidez, as we all know, in the second half of the fight, dude gets stronger and stronger. His offensive pressure is like none other in the boxing game right now. His offensive pressure is off the charts right now. And it's going to take a really big puncher to be able to slow David Benavidez down. It's going to take a really big puncher. Excuse me. And I think David Benavidez was slightly hurt in this fight a few times. Excuse me. Yeah, I think Benavidez was, a few times Morrell got some pretty good shots in. I think that made Benavidez stumble. Of course, boxers won't never admit when they got hurt. I get it, you know what I'm saying? But I seen it, you know what I'm saying? So I think this is definitely David Benavidez's toughest fight. Morrell came in the fight. Morrell, I noticed in the beginning, it was obvious Morrell was the bigger guy, but that doesn't matter. A lot of people were talking about David Benavidez's physique, this and that. Man, look, that dude is a killer. It doesn't matter what his physique looks like. You know what I'm saying? The guy has stamina. He hits hard. And, he can punch his ass off. So anybody still talking about his physique, that's crazy. You seen what he done to Morrell. That it doesn't matter, But, yeah, I thought that Morrell hurt Benavidez. And Benavidez definitely hurt Morrell. Definitely hurt him with those uppercuts. Benavidez's uppercuts last night were real slick and real sharp and very accurate puncher. I mean, so if any guy wants to fight Benavidez and beat him, they're gonna have to. It's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough. Benavidez is a tough dude. It's a tough fight. This dude is a dog. Benavidez is a dog. Canelo Alvarez, man, that's where all the talks started after the fight. Can Canelo Alvarez deal with the pressure of fighting the David Benavidez? Constant pressure. So Canelo would have to box his ass off to be able to beat David Benavidez right now. He would have to box his ass off. So I just can't see Canelo Alvarez being able to keep up with the pressure. Canelo would have to, his defense would have to be so on point. He would have to turn into like a Mayweather, a defensive wizard like Mayweather, I think, to beat David Benavidez. And he would have to get in there and fight also. He'd have to get in there and fight. So and after watching last night, man, Canelo might not even want to fight David Benavidez. I think the size would play a huge difference in the Canelo fight. Size would play a huge difference. I don't think Bivol can beat David Benavidez right now. I don't think Bivol can beat David Benavidez. I don't think Arthur Beterbiev probably has the best chance to beat David Benavidez. But can Arthur Beterbiev slow Benavidez down once he gets going? Once his motor gets going, does he have enough to be able to slow Benavidez down? Body shots. He's gonna have to be a hell of a body puncher to slow David down. I've never seen a fighter that for 12 rounds straight put that pressure on you like that. Earl Spence is a pressure fighter like that, but I haven't seen Earl put the pressure on him, like pressure on his fighters like that, and still be able to have a huge punch output and very accurate. I haven't seen that out of no fighter besides Benavidez. And that wasn't a knockdown. That was not a knockdown. A lot of people were, Benavidez got knocked down. No, it wasn't. It wasn't not a knockdown. People got to be serious. I think he hit his arm or something like that, and Benavidez may have tripped. It's like, dude, he didn't even hit his face. Definitely shouldn't have been called a knockdown. And then David Morrell, I believe he was in the 11th round, hit Benavidez after the bell. So yeah, definitely a huge victory for David, and it showed a lot where both of these guys are at. It showed a lot where David Morrell is at also. David Morrell, he's one of those guys now. You got to put him up there at one of the best at the 175, 168 division. After fighting a scrappy fight like that, you got to ask yourself, can Canelo beat David Morrell? David Morrell is a tough fight for anybody at 168 through 175. Tough fight. So, without a question, I think that'll be a good fight. David Morrell against Bivol. Morrell against Benavidez. I think either one of those fights will be great. So yeah, man. So great fight last night, man. Great offensive display by the Mexican Monster. I said he was gonna knock him out before the 9th round, and I didn't get my wish to do it, but things happen. By the 7th, 8th round, I knew it wasn't gonna be a knockout because both of them just fighting too hard, both of them too tough, and yeah. So Very, very exciting fight, man. I think this may go down as fight of the year, you know, as far as anticipation. And if Crawford and Canelo, if they have a fight like this, you know, that could possibly, but I can't see Canelo and Crawford brawling like this. It's going to be a lot of boxing in that fight when they get ready to fight. So, yeah. Fight of the year right here. David Benavidez versus David Morrell. David Benavidez winning a unanimous decision. Breaking down David Morrell at the end. And coming out, Benavidez, he also showed a lot of class after the fight, giving David Morrell's belt back. And David Morrell's promoter / manager, dude was upset and talking crazy to David Benavidez after the fight. David Morrell needs to get rid of that dude ASAP. You know, you're a manager. Why are you talking crazy to one of the fighters, man? You know, after the fight. It's like, dude, sit down somewhere. Sit down somewhere. You know, it didn't make no sense. You know, I wish David Benavidez would have got up and smacked him. You know, so. But yeah, great fight last night. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the fight last night. This is Gino King Boxing. Y'all press that subscribe button, press that like button, and I'm out.